My name is Alta, and I am a fighter. When you're in a fight with someone, only one thing matters. Control. Are you in control, or not? Because if you're not, here's what happens. You get hit. Hard. You feel scared. You submit. But if you do the work, if you put in the hours, if you give yourself no excuses, then you take back control. That feeling right there. The moment when you realize that your pain does not have to be an impediment, that it can be what drives you. That's the reason why I became a fighter. It's why I pushed myself harder than anybody I have ever known. I trained like my life depended on it. I did the time. I put in the work. And so, to this day, I have not lost a fight in 3.5 years. Undefeated for that long. God, it took everything, but I earned it. This is what I devoted my entire life to. Finally, I'm here. I made it. I can... I lost? How? No. I must have gotten sloppy. Complacent. I must have slacked on my training. I'm so stupid! But I can use this failure to push myself even harder. Train myself back up better than ever. Right. Maybe the loss was actually a lesson I needed. Once I've made it back to the top, I'll never allow... Again. I'm a failure. I'm weak. I'm a failure. I'm a failure. A failure.
I don't deserve it.
I don't deserve it. I don't want to be this person. No. Snap out of it, Alta. Do not go to that place again. Take responsibility. This can be fixed. Only one person in the world is good enough to train me back up. Master Winters. She was an unrivaled fighter in her time. A god. She'll know what to do. Her home lies deep within a forest, at the edge of the world. I'll find her no matter what it takes. I'll do whatever she demands of me. And when I leave this place, it will be on nobody's terms, but mine.
I've got to turn off that music. It's the weirdest background music with the horses and the phone. Okay, hold R2 to highlight the current location of other characters and key items in the clearing. That is going to come in handy later on when we have customers and you can't find them anywhere. Okay, anytime Boro or any of the other characters has a yellow exclamation point, yellow cloud with the exclamation point, that means they have something to do. So always keep an eye out for that. All sorts of useful tools. Tools that we must use to dry tea leaves. Here's the basket. Need an entirely full basket before the tea drying process can begin. That's 12 plants, 12 bushes that we have to find. Turn here and place the leaves in one of the bowls. Okay. You can always find more out in the clearing. They regrow in plentiful numbers along the outer edge of the clearing. No need to worry about running out. Let's go get some tea leaves. So it's just going to have a hand. On PlayStation, just press X. And she'll pick it up. Now, these plants right here will not respawn, unfortunately. I don't know why. But these don't. But all of the ones out in the fields do. So luckily we have enough right here. You can see the meter down in the bottom right that the tea leaf basket is full. I'm going to press X to dump them. And then the clock behind her, you can see the meter starting to go. It's 5 minutes. And when it completely is done drying, you'll hear a buzzer. Let me turn this down. And then square to put it away. To open a pocket, press and hold a D-pad. To retrieve an item, scroll through the inventory list using R. The center item is what will be selected. Once confirmed, release to take out the item. So what that means is left is the seed pocket. As we collect seeds and stuff, they'll go in the left D-pad. Up D-pad is tools. That's where like that basket and then these and stuff will go. So I pressed X to get into the shelves and then X to select, square to stash it, X to grab it, square to stash it, and then just use the left stick to move it around. So we'll do X to pick that up and square to stash it, and then circle to get out of this shelf. So we'll talk to Boro again. Set the leaves out to dry. It'll be several minutes before the process is complete. Again, it takes 5 minutes from start to end, and you'll hear like an alarm clock go off. They will clump together into a tea ball, easy for storage and transportation. It's convenient. The next step is to do a bit of gardening. Behind us is the wall where the tools are stored. Each of them... Yeah, I grabbed them already. Sorry, Boro. I grabbed them. Grab them. Already much in the spirit of running a tea shop. You'll do just fine. For right now, all we're needing is the watering can. It looks like a frog. Okay, we'll grab the watering can. Stashing items. Press square to stash an item. This will move it into your pocket. Square can be used when an item is in your hand or when the item is on the ground in front of you. If you press square, it'll automatically pocket it. If you press X, it'll pick it up and hold it in her hand. That's the difference. So now if you do up D-pad, these are all the tools that we've selected. And right stick is what I'm doing to move left and right. So now watering can. And he's going to teach us how to fill it up. Oh, stash it. All right. Come back to the watering can in just a moment. All right. Square to stash it. Welcome to the garden. This is where he likes to do planting of plants. As you can see, we already have a blue fern here in the garden. We can grow this simple plant into a larger one, almost like magic. Imagine a grid surrounding our blue fern. If you were to plant 2 additional simple plants on either side of it, forming a line, then the fern in the middle becomes a plant egg. It is the miracle of life. I will give you a seed for more blue fern so you can try it for yourself. You can be making these plants anywhere in the clearing that you like, not just the garden. Boro simply enjoys the feeling of making plants in the garden. So why don't you go ahead and make a line of blue seeds and let me know when it's done. Okay, so seeds are in the left pocket. We only have blue, so it'll automatically select those. So there's already one here, so we'll plant another one by pressing X. And then just make sure that the plant's in the right grid that you want. There's a way to move it, but we learn it a little bit later. Like, so if you accidentally put it here or here, there is a way to move it, but you need a pot, and I don't know how early he talks about that. So just go slow and make sure that the right box is highlighted before you plant it. Okay. Finished making the plant egg. Next step is to water it. Remember the watering can you stashed earlier? Now is the time to retrieve it. Please take the watering can to any of the spigots connected to water. We have several around. Fill the watering can and then water the egg. Okay, so up D-pad. Make sure watering can is selected. And then I'm going to press X to water. Fill it up. You can see the meter on the bottom right. So when the water droplets are on it, just press X. And it'll switch into that plant. That buzzer means the tea leaves we set earlier dried. So we're going to water, and now the seeds have popped up. So I'm going to stash the watering can, and then I'm going to pick with X. But then I have to hit stash. So basically what I like to do when I'm picking things is I use square on PlayStation, and that'll automatically put them in the pocket. And so now we have 6 blue seeds. Stash. Okay, successfully watered the plant egg. It will grow into a hybrid plant. The plant you have made is what is called a small hybrid. Try using your watering can on it again and it will grow even more seeds. As long as it has the yellow glowy on it, you can water it for more seeds. Once the glowies are gone, then you can't. In this way, you can be using small hybrids to make as many new plants as you like. I have more seeds now. Very on brand for you to be rushing ahead. Sorry. Let's jump ahead to the next step in the gardening process. Is this going to be written down anywhere? Yes, it will be written in our field guide. I will point it out to you later. But for now, I'll show you the next type of plant. After small hybrids, large hybrids. That is correct. Just as small hybrids produce seeds, large hybrids gives us fruit. Remember how you used a line pattern to make a small hybrid? To make a large hybrid, we instead use a triangular pattern. You do not have to reuse any of the plants we planted to make the small hybrid. This is a new shape. Simply use some of the blue seeds you produced to make this new triangular pattern. Once you've made the large hybrid, water it to receive fruit, just like you did to get seeds. Go ahead and try it and tell me when you've picked a fresh fruit from the plant. Okay, left D-pad to select a blue seed. So we're going to plant a center one. And it doesn't really matter where the first outer one goes, but once you've selected the outer, that's when you do it from there. So center, and then like one to the left, one to the right, and one below. And then up D-pad for the watering can. And then X to water. And then we'll do it a second time, and that's when the fruit pops out. So X. Now we can see we have the chip fruit. Looks like a purple carrot. Stash that. And then I'm going to select these with square so she automatically pockets them. Okay. I did it. I made fruit. Wonderful. The fruit you've made is called a chip, and we will be using it in our tea momentarily. I will tell you, though, if you wish, there are many more hybrids to discover. We have a variety of large hybrids and small hybrids that can be made using these patterns. I will be giving you a field guide that shows you more. Within the pages, you will see prompts for how to make the other hybrids. You can also learn more about the fruits each large hybrid produces. Understanding the attributes of these fruits will be quite useful when making tea. Okay, do you feel accomplished? Sure, why not? Begrudging sense of accomplishment, but I will accept it. We are now done with gardening, and it's time to make the tea. Let's go inside, and I will explain the tea machine to you. Okay, so this is the field guide, since it's going to take him a minute to get inside. Right now, there's just the simple plants, and we just have blue and pink to start, but he hasn't given us like a pink one yet. And then small hybrids and how to plant them. And then these are the large hybrids and how to plant them. And each one, like chip, palate cleansing fruit filled with mint. Consuming it reminds you of those who have wronged you. So as the customers come in, you'll use this book to determine which fruit they want or they're talking about. All right, let's go meet Boro. See, here's another blue seed. They'll be around. There's blue and pink, so you can pick them up. We'll pick them up in a minute. Whirlwind Adventure. Why is this so complicated? I thought tea was simple. Tea making will crush the mind, it will. If this is all too much information, perhaps we should take a small break, just to let our minds relax a bit. Boro could tell a joke. I know what this joke is. It's a little weird. Tell me the joke. Okay, here's the joke. A librarian and a farmer are eating dinner in a fancy restaurant. Suddenly, one of them notices a sign that says, "No librarians or farmers allowed." They both become quite scared that they're going to be kicked out of the restaurant. When suddenly, the farmer removes his mask and reveals he's actually an astronaut. Or maybe... Actually, hang on. What if they're eating dinner in space? And the sign says no astronauts. Okay, yeah, that's much funnier. Are you improvising this joke? Yeah. Why? Well, Boro's attempting a more organic feeling for the joke. That way the humor is feeling light and fresh. Wouldn't you agree? I don't want to be rude. I can't check that. Fine, this better make me laugh. Of course, where were we? The librarian and the farmer are eating dinner in a restaurant in space, and the sign says no astronauts allowed. This means there's no concern of them being kicked out of the restaurant. until both of them remove their masks and they're both astronauts. Oh no, this is a tragedy. Surely they're gonna get kicked out of the space restaurant. But then, oh wait, let's see. But then the sign removes its mask too, and it isn't a sign after all. It's the dessert menu. They both ordered dessert. One asked for custard, the other asked for a banana split. After dessert, they leave the restaurant and go to a movie theater. Is this joke going somewhere? This is all part of the process. Humor cannot be rushed. Well, it has to get somewhere eventually. Don't worry. With Captain Burrow in charge, this joke boat will be steered safely into the harbor of laughs. Okay, so after dinner, they go to the movie theater and they look at what movies are playing. Many of the movies are showing. Some are comedies, some are dramas, a couple of horror films, and let's see. Oh, I've got it. Here's the punchline. So one of the astronauts says, how about this movie? It's called The Train That Ran Out of Fuel. And the other one says, no thanks. I hear it really loses steam at the end. Did you get it? Movie, train, both lose steam. I'm not laughing. I can see that you are not. I'll be honest. That is one of the best jokes Burrow has ever written. You have very high standards. Nevertheless, I've received your feedback and I will be using it to improve in the future. At any rate, a delightful diversion into comedy has left us both refreshed and relaxed. Shall we get back to tea making? I'm quite excited because this next step is most important of all. Behold the tea machine. The tea machine is the most vital part of preparing drinks. Is it user-friendly? I do not even know. But for your convenience, I will add a few new pages to your field guide. These instructions should help explain how the tea machine is to be used, I hope. They will also explain where to be using the tea ball and the chip fruit that we made earlier. How does that sound? Would you like to try using these instructions to make tea? Can't you just show me the steps? I'm not sure if I want to be constantly checking a book. Of course, I am completely understanding. I will show you the steps to use the machine, but remember, they are all written down in your field guide as well. First, climb up the ladder to the rope at the top. The ladder can conveniently be used to access all parts of the tea machine. Once you're up there, pull down on the rope to pour as much water as you would like. Okay, give that a shot, and they'll move on to the next step when you're done. Okay. So X to get on the ladder. And swing it around. Calm down, Satan. Jesus. Alright. So you're going to hold X. And you can fill it up like as little or as much. Like that's like sort of more than 1 cup. That's like 2 cups. And you can get like ultimately 3 cups of tea out. But don't worry about having too much or anything like that. Okay, next up is to heat. We're going to climb down the ladder to reach the bellows and then pump the bellows while keeping the heat at exactly the right temperature. Once the water is fully boiling, the step will be complete. Okay, go down. So I'm going to tap X repeatedly and try and keep the line thing within the slashy middle bit. And the slashy middle bit moves around each time you tea. Sometimes it'll be at the top, sometimes it'll be in the middle, that kind of thing. So just tap X on PlayStation. That is some steaming hot water. You're doing quite well so far, managing our complicated tea machine with ease. Are Burrow's instructions helpful, or would you rather be figuring out the rest of the machine on your own? We'll stay with Burrow. Okay. So we're going to rotate the ladder to the right until we reach this valve. Kick the valve and it will transfer the boiling water over to the infuser. Okay, so I'm going to push right. And then X to kick it. The water scurries over to the infuser. While the infuser is open, position yourself in front of it with an item in your hand. You can reach the infuser from the bridge or while still on the ladder, whichever you prefer. Then you toss any item into the infuser, any item at all. And this is where you'll be placing the tea ball and the chip. So go push right on the stick. I like to do it from the bridge, just seems better. So press right D-pad. Okay, first of all, we don't have the tea infuser, so we have to go get that. these have dried, so grab one of those. And then, depending on which way you're facing, oftentimes the hand will be on the ladder as well. So just make sure that the hand's on the infuser. So we have the T-ball. And then right D-pad to select the chip. Water will change color once you've added the T-ball. One more valve to kick, and then we'll move on to our final step. Okay, we're going to get back on the ladder with X, move over to the right a little, and then down, and then kick that valve with X. Finished T has been transferred to our final orb, the pyramid. Next step will be to get off the ladder, find an empty cup, and place it on the grate below. And then pull the rope you see here in order to pour tea into the cup. And that's it. Having yourself one shiny new cup of chip tea. You can even pour multiple cups of tea from the same batch if you wish. Alright, let's try and go find a mug. For the most part, they'll end up here, but until they end up there, I'm going to grab that one, grab and stash that one. Back out. So now I have 2 mugs, and they're going to be in the tools section up at the top. Pull it out. Put it in the grate. And then there's no harm in overfilling the cup, but if you want to just fill it up so that it doesn't overflow, I just wait until the tea gets down to the bottom and then I let go. And for the most part, that does okay. That up. And that. Now, anybody waiting for a cup of tea is going to have the pink cup cloud over their head, as opposed to the yellow exclamation point. This is the tea that you have made. Yep, here it is. Splendid. Delicious. Everything Boro is hoping for. Won't you join me at my favorite bench? Perfect place to enjoy this tea. All right, that's the spirit. Not sure why they don't let us get a cup of tea and join them, but we'll have the tea in as afterwards. Cup of tea, nice view, and a new acquaintance. Oh, because I guess she said she didn't want tea, so that's why she doesn't get any. That's right. I'm just here until I'm well enough to leave. So you keep telling me. Maybe. I don't want to take the risk. Stress is the cost of greatness. Running a tea shop is quite relaxing.
this forest. Because of those fights. I lost. I lost and there was no good reason. I lost. It was so stupid. I was undefeated for over 3 years. Remember how bad it felt, Alta? How you wanted to die? That's why you're here, in this forest. Hold on to that feeling. Hold on to that anger.
I kind of owe him for carrying me out of the forest, I guess. We'll go with that. You probably already know this, seeing as you've already taken them off the rack. This is true. Okay, we're going to use the broom to do leaf piles out in the yard. You can find seeds and trinkets and stuff in some of the leaf piles. We'll put them on shelves and stuff. And we're definitely going to be using the clippers on weeds because they can get out of control, the brambles and stuff. We'll also get seeds and trinkets and mugs. We can get mugs that we can use in the shop as well. Okay, and then I love this washing. This is where you put the dirty mugs. It's a dishwasher, and it's adorable. Dishwashing train cars. Rail, train, and waterfall dishwashing system. I want one of those in my house. Yes. Very good. Glad to hear. While we're here, let us get you some attire. If you're going to run a shop, then you must look the part. How else will our customers know to come to you for tea? So people will just walk up to me and ask for tea. Or I want customers to feel intimidated. I want customers to feel intimidated. With the right apron, they will. Let's see if this apron looks the part on you. You look like someone full of excitement to run a tea shop. That isn't in any way true, and you know it. Indeed, I did know it, but I was thinking aspirationally. Okay, there's one more thing we must do before opening the shop. This way. Very beautiful specimen. The sword is still too heavy to lift, yes? Yep, still heavy. Wonderful. Come with me. It really doesn't feel heavy to you? Not even a small amount. For now, let us leave the sword right here. Can I be asking where the sword came from? When I first began taking fighting seriously, I decided I would smith my own sword. It seemed like a good idea. you have any other questions before we start? We'll figure it out. How exactly am I supposed to run this tea shop? Making tea for customers is generally preferred. But other than that, you may be doing as you please. There are no specific rules. Simply take care of the shop in whatever way is feeling right to you. Customers may very well arrive soon in case you wish to prepare any tea ingredients for them. And remember earlier you asked if the gardening instructions were written down. Well, I have good news. You should go and visit the library in the upstairs section of our shop. There's a book in there on gardening written by Borrow's very good friend Sylvia. You may find it useful. I'm quite certain Sylvia has phrased it better than I could have. With that, let us begin the exciting tea management adventure. It is beginning. Here we go. Okay. Now. Are we doing it? Yes, we're doing it. Right now. It's happening as we speak. Okay, great. Good for us. Good for us indeed. Okay, so now to get ready for customers, we are going to pick more. We're going to leave the mushrooms alone for now. They are a thing, but it'll be later. We're going to go pick some more tea because we used one of the tea balls that we had already with Borrow. So I'm going to equip the basket and just hit X to collect, and we'll just grab a bunch. And then we're going to keep an eye out for brambles as well. And leaf piles. So we can start getting new mugs and stuff. Because the shop starts off with sort of like the basic, just like white, standard white. Okay, here's the clippers. Here's some brambles. You can swap an item in your hand for an item in your inventory by selecting the inventory item directly. No need to stash the held item first. In the options menu, you can switch the inventory button pressed to either be toggle on or off or press and hold. So I'm going to keep X held down and I'll do all that. And then we're going to switch to broom instead of hitting X over and over and over again. So I'm going to sort of like mess with X. So here's a mug. So here's a mug that we just got. It's a dirty tea mug that we're going to wash. So I'm going to stash that, and that's going to end up in the tools pocket. You can tell the difference between a clean mug and a dirty mug because of the slop around the top. Stash that. Actually, I'll probably just pick these. Okay, broom. Any chance we have to get trinkets to put on shelves or more mugs for the shop? It's always a good thing. And then we still need more tea leaves. Yeah, we're only half full. Oh, wrong button. I'm gonna run with L2. Not a tea plant. The first day, the tea bushes are sort of harder to see for some reason. I think there's less of them. Oh, first person has arrived. I'm going to avoid them for now. Keep X pressed down. Here we go. First trinket. You have to stash what's in your hand in order to have the hand thing pop up. But then we got the trinket. Trinkets are down in the bottom pocket. Bottom D-pad. Right D-pad. Up D-pad. And then just put it away. Alright, we still need a few more tea leaves. The ones that we pick in the very beginning, outside the shop, don't regrow. Which I think is unfortunate, because it would be a really nice place to just get them. Alright, tea basket is full. Do that. And I am going to put the tea basket away, pick this tea ball up, and I'm going to put it on the shop, just so that I have a place. Tea ball's over in the right brewing pocket. I'm going to set that up there. Press back. Alright, so let's put the dirty mugs that we found. Up D-pad. There we go. There's an unused one. Alright, in the book, R1 to change. So let's go plant the puff pod. We'll go plant the rest of these so that we have them. And I like to plant them near a water spout so that we can water them easily. Okay, so we already have the chip, so let's do the puffle pod. So that's going to be blue, surrounded by pink. Now, I've been picking seeds up, but we'll go ahead and get more pink seeds after this. So remember, to get more pink seeds is just 3 in a row. Okay, up D-pad for watering can. Press X to water. This is our puff pod. And here's more pink seeds. You should get 3 per. And then when you pick them, a square she'll automatically pocket them. Watering can. Then you can get 3 more. Square to auto pocket. Okay, so now you. Let me pick it with the other. Hang on. Okay, so I'm going to press with X so that it's still in the hand. So this is the puffle pod fruit one. Tastes like the origins of the plant itself and makes you nostalgic for something you never actually experienced. The origins of the planet itself. My fault. Okay, let's do pink in the middle. Left D-pad. Watering can. Okay, this is the Azzy Fruit one. So this is the Azzy Fruit, like the pinky square. So that. And so then we need to do the Weeping Vreetle, which is going to be blue on the outside of pink. So pink. Left D-pad to switch to blue. Watering can. Okay, so now we have all of the plants and all of the fruit that we're going to need in this first, like, daily chapter. Okay, so where did Boro go? He just was right here. Okay, he's got something to say. You know how a bunch of the plants outside seem to glow? Well, I was watering a plant and suddenly it stopped glowing and it won't produce any new fruit or seeds. You have depleted the plant of its resources. How industrious of you. All plants have a finite number of items which they can produce. Once you have been watering them a certain number of times, poof, no new seeds or fruit. Tea's done. The glowing you mentioned is actually pollen. No more fruits, hence no more pollen. It's like retirement for plants. You can imagine them playing golf and attending bingo nights if you wish. They may not be producing resources for us, but they can still be delightful pieces of decoration. Of course, you're always welcome to be making more new plants if you're needing new resources. More new plant children to slowly shuffle along the mortal thread towards plant golf. Okay. I'll let him live. That's good of you. No need to make plant golf happen before it's absolutely necessary. Alright, so now, that other person was wandering around somewhere. Actually, we never had the chip tea, did we? Alright, let's drink the chip tea. This is what we made for Boro. No, put it down. Alright, getting this string lined up can be a little... Hold X. And then let go. You can overflow it, though. It's not, like, a huge deal. So whenever you make a cup of tea for someone, she can drink the same cup. So just find anywhere to sit. Doesn't have to be here. Just press X to sit, even though it doesn't say it. Once you have the hand over a chair, you can just press X to sit. And then she'll try it. And she has different comments for the different tea types.
Who would I say has wronged me? I mean, it's weird because obviously I've fought all of these rivals. People who have tried to tear me down in all sorts of ways. And I do resent a lot of them. But, bizarrely, my most vivid memory of being wronged was when I was 14 years old. My father came home from work, and he sat us down and told us that his job didn't exist anymore. We were going to move homes again. I was going to say goodbye to everything again. And it's like, he lost his job. That's what I remember. But he was weak. Why should I have to change my whole life around because he was too weak to hold on to something? That's how I felt at the time. Then, years later, I learned it actually hadn't been his fault at all. It was something totally outside of his control. So in theory, I should have been able to forgive him and move on, right? But I just... I don't know. For some reason, I couldn't. It was like the anger had dug trenches in my chest. There was nothing I could do. There was no amount of rational explanation that would get it to budge. I still feel that anger. Even now. And I don't understand why.
Okay, you might have heard a different conversation. Just press circle to get up. Because depending on the tea, if you drink the chip tea, you'll probably have that conversation. If you drink Vreetle Tea, you'll have a different conversation. She has different conversations based on the different tea flavors. Above sticker will be printed in your field guide. Oh yeah, and for Alta, you can make tea just from the fruit alone. You don't need to use tea ball. So in the field guide now, by Chip, there's an indicator that you've tested that. You've tried that tea. So you can go through and have like all of the different teas to have different conversations with herself. Alright, put the dirty tea mug away. Do I have anything else that goes in there? No. Let's put this on the counter so that it's ready for the next one. And then I'm going to pick up with Square, because since she auto pockets it instead of holding it in her hand. Okay, now there's that person. Let's go talk with that person. They have a... Hello. Hi. Do you want tea? This is a tea shop. Do you want some? No, thank you. I'm fine, no tea. Thank you for asking, though. Okay, in that case, I'll go do something else then. Sure. Okay. Okay, friendly reminder. You can hold R2 to highlight the current location of characters who want to talk with you. Highlight mode can also be toggled on and off with R3. And I have to remember that because I honestly didn't use that my first time through. And it would have been very, very helpful. So yeah, we're going to do that. Hi, Boro. You poured a cup of tea to the exact perfect height. That's what you do when it goes through the little spiral at the end. As soon as it starts to come out, let go. And then it doesn't overflow. There's nothing... The only reason to do it is to get this conversation, because there's no harm in overfilling a mug. But just, it's fun. Full cup, but not a single drop over the absolute perfection. No point in doing something if you're not shooting for perfection. Complex. The tea has to travel through a long tube before it lands in the cup. Be easier to pour the correct height if it's simply dispensed directly into the cup. Why is there an added step of the spiral tube? Because it's fun. Right. Okay. Oh, no, he's got something else. I saw you speaking with our new customer. How did it go? Terribly. I asked them if they wanted tea and they just said no. I see. And what is the terrible part? That is the terrible part. This is a tea shop. People are supposed to order tea. Are they? Who made this rule that one must be ordering tea? Don't be dense. It's a tea shop. A tea shop has an intrinsic set of rules inherent to its existence. Rule number 1 is you're here to drink tea. I don't make the rules. Miss Alta, you might wish to try a lighter touch with our customers. Some of them will ask for tea, some will not, it being entirely their decision. We're not in control of them, no? But the rules. Has Miss Alta never broken a rule before in her life? No. This person is in our tea shop. They are going to drink tea. I'm putting my entire mission on pause to be here to make tea for people. The least they could do is respectfully take tea when I offer it. Well, sounds like you've made up your... Who wants tea? Get over here, I'm giving you tea. We just talked a second ago? Oh, yes, hello. Yeah, about that. You said you didn't want tea, but that was obviously a slip of the tongue. Let's not dance around it. You're drinking tea, and that's final. Well, actually, it's just I'm not really thirsty at the moment, so no tea for me right now. Yeah, thank you. Do you know what I'm going through right now? Let me explain to you what my day has been like. I have to be nice to complete strangers. No, let's do this one. I collapse every time I go out into the forest. I'm sorry, I didn't know. And now I'm out here trying my hardest to run a tea shop for who knows how long, and my one responsibility is to put tea in people's hands. That's it. I'm sorry you have to do that. So I'm going to make you a tea, and you will drink it because you are in a tea shop. Mm-hmm. Are we good? Sorry. I'm so sorry. For what? I need to leave. Goodbye. I'm sorry. But you can't leave. How will I give you tea? I'm sorry. Boro. They left. person in the cape just walked out on me for no reason. Did you happen to insist that drinking tea is an absolute requirement here? I see the connection you're trying to make, and I refuse to acknowledge it. Burrow is very glad to see you tackling your new role so enthusiastically, but please remember that making tea is only being a part of what Wanderstop offers. Customers may simply want to rest here for a moment, just a break from travel. Or sometimes they're not even knowing what they want, and that is okay as well. Maybe you just haven't tried hard enough to assist them. And Miss Alta's idea of assisting is to demand tea consumption at all costs. It was more of a confident assertion than a demand. And why the confident assertion? Why do you need our customers to accept tea? Because I need something to do, or I'll go insane. Otherwise, if I'm not making progress on something, I'm going to freak out. Well, how do you feel about using some downtown to maintain the shop a bit? I'm sure we'll be having new customers soon. It might be good to do some preparation. For instance, if there's any new plants you wish to make, perhaps now is a good time. Or if you see any leaves gathered into piles, you can sweep them up. The time between customers is our downtime. It's a moment for just us. I would encourage you to enjoy it if you can. And you can also do Borrow's favorite pastime in the whole world, drinking tea. Would you perhaps try making a cup of tea for yourself? I think you might like it. You should be looking in your field guide to find a fruit flavor that would suit you. With your finished cup of tea, perhaps you'll find a nice spot to sit and drink it. Sitting in a lovely place with a lovely beverage is easy to let the mind wander. It's time only for you, Miss Alta. Some lovely time to do nothing at all. Wonderful sort of stuff tea is. You feel as though you have enough to do now in our downtime? None of these sound like measurable objectives. Indeed, they are not, but that is why they are good to practice. It is like anything. It gets better with practice. I am very grateful for your patience and good luck with your continuing tea shop adventures. Okay. So how much tea do we have? Okay, so we have a couple of tea balls. We have 3 tea balls. We can always get some more of those. But let's go have a cup of tea for ourselves. We've already tried the chip chip. So we can either taste like the origins of the planet itself. Makes you nostalgic for something you never actually experienced. We're going to save the Vreetle beets, because the person we spoke to is going to have Vreetle beet tea, and we'll have a chance to have that later. And then Azzy Fruit, I believe we might be having later as well. So we will make the Puff Pod. The Puff Pod Fern. So that's this one if you need to pick. But we might have one. Yeah, we have Puff Puff. Okay. So I'm going to put a slight cut here, and I'm going to go gather more tea leaves just so that we have them. And I will be right back. Okay, so we're back. I'm going to grab this little guy. You will find packages either out on stumps and in the grass, and sometimes the pluffins will have them as well. Just shake the left stick back and forth and back and forth. And then take it. It's a package. I will ask Borrow about it. Alright, right? R2, and we'll find Borrow. The highlighted Borrow. We'll run over there. Okay, I found a package lying around. What should I do with it? You must have found a lost parcel. That is happening from time to time. It seems that when a person loses an item here in the forest finds a way to return it to them. And apparently that way is by dropping it off here in the clearing for us to put in the mail. You can take the package over to our mailbox and drop it inside. That will ensure that it is returned to the rightful owner. Does that make sense? You're telling me the forest placed this package here. Oh, the forest is moving things around all the time. It's quite common. Who can say why or how it happens? Woods simply have a mind all of their own. For example, Borrow has been looking for his favorite pair of boots for weeks now. Did I simply misplace them? No, surely not. It was definitely the forest moving them around. At any rate, if you do see any packages lying around, you are welcome to mail them back to their owner. Side note, I never saw boots on my first playthrough. Okay, so we're going to mail these. Mailbox is over here. Just press X to put it in to return. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to show you is while I was out weeding and cleaning stuff up, I picked up some trinkets. They'll end up in the bottom D-pad, and you can put them on shelves and stuff as decorations. So there's one. There's another. So there's just another way to do it. Alright, so now, where'd that guy go? R2, and we're gonna go find this guy. Wowie McSowie! Looks exactly like a tea shop in the middle of the woods. No way, no freaking way. Is this really what it is? It's a magical tea shop. You sound like you're gonna be a whole lot of fun. Isn't that what you were gonna say? See, this is what I was referring to. Because not only am I a real knight, I'm also a really fun knight. Gerald the knight, at your liege, a fair day upon you, and also upon me, who is an actual knight. Yeah, somehow I'm not buying that you're a real knight. You're not? But I have all this knight stuff. What made you think I'm not a real knight? It's just your everything? Gerald, do you need something or not? The only thing I need is to be the coolest knight that Timothy has ever seen. Timothy? He's my son, and he's just the best darn son in the world. Here, I've got a photo of him. Look at this. I took him to the International World of Cheese Museum, and he adored it. Did you know cheese isn't a plant? Wild, right? For Timothy's birthday, I made him a series of sweaters with my face on them. It's so that if he ever forgets me, he can just look down at his torso, and there I am. Why would he forget you? Oh, he's always going on about wanting to purge me from his memory. You know how kids are. I don't. Ah, well, of course. Well, as a father, let me tell you, it is very normal for a son to wear a sweater of his father's face. Let's see another Timothy photo. Well, this is us at 3 a.m. This is us at 4 a.m. This is us at 4:15. This is us at 4:22. I get it, Gerald. You enjoy waking Timothy up in the middle of the night. What? No, I don't. I just... Oh, God, yeah, I guess you're right. I am seeing the pattern now. Let's see another Timothy photo. Here we are registering to vote in our local Fishing Ordnance Council elections. Well, Timothy can't vote, but he loves the electoral process. Or is it that he loves tennis? I forgot. It's one of the two. Let's see another Timothy photo. We went horseback riding. I'm so proud of Timothy. He only vomited 3 times. Why did he vomit at all? Doesn't horseback riding make everyone vomit? I vomited like 10 times myself. Gerald, that sounds awful. Come on, we were riding horses. Who can be upset with you riding a horse? All right, one more. Here's Timothy graduating from 8th grade. I was asked to give a speech. Or maybe I ran on stage and gave a speech anyway. Who can say? Anyway, did I actually talk or did I just sob at the podium? Who knows? All right, that's enough, Timothy. Yes, of course. We should save some of them for later. I don't get the impression Timothy likes you very much. What? Of course he likes me. I mean, yeah, I may be the world's single biggest dork bot. And so lame, just unbelievably lame. And oh God, Dad, stop taking photos. People are staring at us. Dad, I want to die. I want to die right now. But other than that, he adores me, I think. Sure, whatever. Would you like a cup of tea? It's what we do here, I guess. Is drinking tea something that a real knight would do? Yes, it is a common trait amongst knights. Then I will absolutely drink tea as part of my grand adventure. Is there any particular flavor you prefer? Well, to be honest, I'm pretty tired from all this walking. Do you have anything that'll wake me up and give me a big old shot of energy? I'll take a look and see if that's a thing. Okay, requests. Your field guide now contains a section called requests. Anything a character has asked you for will be recorded here. Open the field guide with triangle. Your field guide also contains information about different fruits and the various effects that each fruit has when consumed. Okay, so up deep or up triangle. You can see in the top right of the screen is a little reminder for up triangle. All right, I gotta turn this music down again. Okay, triangle. Left to requests. So something to help wake him up. So we're going to write R1 all the way over to large hybrids. And we're going to look for something that wakes you up. And we're going to look at Azzy Fruit. It's tart, sticky, and high in caffeine. So we're going to make Knight Gerald some Azzy flower tea with Azzy Fruit. So get a look of what the plant looks like, and we're going to go pick some Azzy Fruit from all of those plants that we planted earlier. Okay, so this is the Azzy Fruit. Do I already have one? Yeah, we have one from picking it earlier. But this is the Azzy Fruit right here. So put that away. Then we're going to grab a tea ball. Put that away. Now we're going to make some tea. First thing we're going to do is empty it out from the previous tea batch that we made. So if you want to drink the Azzy Fruit Tea as well, you can fill it up to like just above the tube thing, like right there. That's about a little more than 2 cups of tea. We're going to heat it up. Go back up. Kick it. Go back to the bridge. All right, right D-pad. We want the tea ball. And then an Azzy Fruit. Back on the ladder. Right. Down. Kick it. Alright, let's find ourselves a mug. And let go. Just press X to give it to him. Just like talking. Here you are. I can't believe that went through. Wait a minute. I feel so alert. I'm out of my mind with energy. Heck yeah, this is peak Gerald right here. My best self. Can you believe that people are always telling me to chill out and for crying out loud, please stop? Those people can take a hike because I'm the one with the energy tea now. This is literally the best cup of tea that anybody has ever made. Thank you. By the way, can I ask whatever's happening to your leg? Oh, the purple smoke? It's bizarre, isn't it? I was wandering in the woods, and all that happened is I tripped and scraped my leg. Well, I mean, technically I scraped it on a glowing purple sword, and the sword was held by an old witch muttering to herself, who, funny story, lunged at me from the shadows and screamed, "You shall bear the mark! You shall become the shade! Its prisoner, its companion, its smoldering ash left from the fires of decay! Breathe its fumes and become the pain of becoming!" I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically it. Gerald, I think a witch has cursed you. Oh, well, sure, obviously that occurred to me, but don't worry, I'm fine. Your leg is literally smoking. Yeah, but to heal myself, I did like 100 sit-ups after all this happened. So, you know, I'm pretty sure I'm in peak physical condition right now. That's not how you heal a curse. Well, who's the knight here? I don't think you... Look, I understand this kind of thing is probably really new for you. If it's really concerning to you, I'll do another 50 sit-ups after I finish the tea, okay? I'll be fine. If you say so. Glad you agree. After all, I'm a real knight, and if there's one thing knights are known for is physical health and well-being. Okay, it's time to reflect on the taste of this tea like a knight. Okay, so R2, let's see what's going on. Boro wants us, or at least has something to say. Boro has noticed something very interesting happening to our tea machine. Have you seen the flowers that are sprouting on the tea machine tree? Miss, it's no accident. This is because of the spare tea that goes unused whenever you make a new batch. Whenever tea gets poured down the drain, it is in fact being poured directly onto the tree itself. Yes, your old and unused tea is actually hydrating the tree. How convenient. The more drinks you pour, the more flowers will be appearing on the tree. So please do not fret if some of the tea you make goes unused. All of it will find its purpose in the end. Okay, R2. Let's see if anyone's actively looking for us. Oh, this one person's back. Next. Oh, you're back again. Say, there, local citizen, have you found yourself troubled lately by malevolent spirits? Indeed, more than ever. Demons seem to haunt our every waking minute. A tragedy. Surely in our own town you've noticed the abundance of unlawful apparitions? What is going on? What are you doing? Then I say you are in good... Hang on. What comes next? Oh. Then you are in good fortune, because your neighborhood demon hunter has arrived. Pause for excited murmuring. Did you know that in communities without a demon hunter present, those communities are more likely to have demons? Math checks out. How about if I bring you tea? Yes, I know what you are thinking. Surely the price of such assistance is more than I can afford. Well, my friend, that is where you are in luck. For you see, the Order of Demon Hunters believes these vital community services should be provided at no cost. How could that be? Tune out. For although we know this is a controversial topic, the Order of Demon Hunters believes all communities deserve to live in peace and security. Pause for shocked gasps. That is why, for merely the price of room and board, the highly trained demon hunter before you could soon become a vital fixture in this exceedingly charming neighborhood. Please do not rush to answer. Discuss it amongst your local elders first as needed. I do eagerly wait your reply. May your township steer towards its own greatest fortune. Cool. Anything else? No. Right. Well, here's what I'm noticing. You're a demon hunter looking for a town to help, right? But I can't give you that need because this isn't a town. So, sorry or whatever. Let's discuss the ways in which demons may manifest in your neighborhood. Town hall meetings that run far longer than intended. Neighbors in disagreement about proper fence heights. Anxiety. And many more. Parties being thrown at inappropriate hours. Okay, stop. Look, I'm trying to be patient, okay? I am trying. But I need something to do. I need something to keep me active. I can't just sit and listen to people talk. So, Demon Hunter, this is a team job. I can make you tea. That's all I can do for you. Do you want tea or not? I guess... Well, if you have Vreetle Tea, I suppose we could do Vreetle Ceremony. It's a particular kind of ceremony that requires Vreetle Tea. So, if you have Vreetle Tea... Great, I will get you Vreetle Tea. Perfect, thank you. Back in a second. Okay, again, music is getting too loud. Not entirely sure how, but okay. Alright, Vreetle Tea. Oh, let's talk to Boro. Boro has thought of something you may wish to know about. Within our shop library... Oh, yeah, there's a book called The Book of Answers. Perhaps you've already seen it. I have not. Well, I mean, I have, but not this game. It's a very special book. It is an old and sacred tome. You see, the Book of Answers knows exactly how to meet the needs of every customer who comes through our shop. If you ever find yourself struggling beyond all reason with a drink request, you can simply go look in the book. It will surely tell you exactly what must be done to make the person happy, no questions asked. Where does it come from? I don't know. It is far older than even Boro. We are simply custodians tending to its ancient and unknowable magic. Personally, Boro prefers not to use the book to solve our customers' request. But from time to time, even I am indulging myself in a good old-fashioned spoiler. Nevertheless, now you know of its existence, and you may use it or not. Can't it explain what's wrong with me? Well, it's possible. It mostly contains answers to shop-related questions. Or perhaps Miss Alter's conundrum does not have a clear answer. My, what a dilemma. It's best not to think about it. Let's just assume that the Book of Answers only pertains to shop-related questions. Alright, so we'll take a quick look at that real quick. We'll get distracted from the Vreetle Tea just to show. So if you have a customer you're not entirely sure like how to do it, if you come in here, make sure on the bottom right, you see where it says X place, X read, X place, X read, X place. Make sure you're on a read, else you're just going to put the back up. So if you open it, it'll just tell you how to like do what's next on the list. It'll give you very much spoiler actions. So if you're stuck, it's a really good resource to get unstuck. We'll put it back. Okay, so now we're going to go get some Vreetle tea. Now, the Vreetle plant is this one right here. And I do not have one on me. So Vreetle beet. Put that away. We'll go get a tea bag, a tea ball. Empty out the last batch, unless be sure to drink or have a cup if you want a cup. We'll have a cup. And I'll just go ahead and empty it all out afterwards. So this will overflow, but that's okay. So just X to sit down. And then she'll have a conversation about this particular tea in question.
I don't think I have a best friend. Do I? The closest is probably this kid who always came into the shop where my dad worked when I was young. I didn't like this guy. But he hung around the shop so often that at some point he just defaulted to being my friend. One day, he and I are hanging out, and he says, "You know your dad's a loser, right?" Of course, I thought my dad was a total loser. I thought he was weak and spineless. But for some reason, I just instinctively punched this kid right in the face. I'd never punched anyone before. I hit him again, there on the ground, and he tried to kick back. But I held him down and hit him, and hit him, and then... But then a bit later, my dad lost his job, and we had to move. And I never saw that kid again. After we moved, I remember the very first thing I did was sign up for boxing classes.
Circle to stand up. Let's go put this in the... Okay. Vreetle tea. We'll go ahead and empty out the rest of this. We already did that. Okay. Let's make enough for like 1 cup. It's actually more, but that's okay. Okay, we need a tea ball. And a Vreetle beads. Go grab a mug. All right, R2 to find the demon hunter. Here you go, tea. Verily, you have brought me the ceremonial Vreetle Tea. As is customary, we will now perform the time-honored Vreetle Ceremony. Oh, I'm excited. I haven't done a Vreetle Ceremony in ages. There's more? Yeah. Alright, one ceremony. And that's it. Very good. Come, let us adjourn to the place of ceremony. So where is your, place of ceremony? I don't have a place of ceremony because this isn't a real thing. But don't you have some kind of designated spot? The book says every town should have a ceremonial spot. This isn't a town. Literally. Just do it anywhere. Anywhere? No, there has to be a spot. The Hunter's Manual says there has to be a spot. Just get on with it. Pick any spot at all. Okay, well, I put this cup down. I'll pick a spot. I'm going to go put that in the wash. All right, R2. Where'd she go? Oh, she's running over there. Here we are, the spot of ceremony. I have thusly placed the ceremonial altar. Verily, it is time now for the Vreetle Ceremony to begin. So the way these things work is you start talking about yourself. Opening up about your fears, your hopes, your dreams, that sort of thing. It's good to know what you're struggling with, being as vulnerable and authentic as possible. We'll spend maybe 20 minutes talking about you, and then the ceremony itself will begin. No. But the Vreetle Ceremony is supposed to be about you and your life. We can't do the ceremony if we don't know anything about you. I don't care. Okay, well, I guess we'll just begin the ceremony. Hereupon this day, our community gathers to conduct a Vreetle Ceremony. Congenial! Today's ceremony is in honor of our special guest. Say your name. No. Well then what should I call you? Whatever you want. Okay. Well, we're here today because this person has asked for guidance on her journeys. Specifically, her journey with... And so our community is gathered to assist her with that. You sure you don't want to say something? No, you're doing great. Okay. Let us offer her these words of guidance during this difficult time. May you, sort of, I hope that it, that you like that it's all okay. Okay, like if you're having trouble or whatever, then it's, it'd be cool if not that thing. If it's bad, if it's, let's see, what else is there to say about the matter? This is hard. You didn't tell me very much about yourself. Exactly. Please, I would be so honored to be part of your community. I would love to know more about you. And we don't have to try and solve your problems or anything, It's just, who are you? What do you care about? I'd really like to know if you care to. No. Okay, I understand. Thank you very much for attending this Vreetle Ceremony. The ceremony is now complete. Alright, let's go talk to Gerald. Gerald is back. Ah, no, bad. There we go. Is there anything else I can do for you? I need a task I can complete. A task? Oh, you betcha there is. Just now I was trying to figure out why neither you nor Timothy believe I'm a real knight. And then it hit me. It's because I don't have a super cool knight pose. Could you help me decide on a great pose that proves I'm a knight? Alright, let's see this super cool knight pose. Okay, here's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Can you add a bit of pizzazz to it? How about this? That's it. You're a knight. You mean that? Did I do it? I'm a knight? Sure, why not? I did it. I'm a knight. I can't believe it. Timothy is going to be so psyched. I'm so pumped up right now. In fact, I think it's time I headed back into the forest. I feel like doing something that only a real, actual knight would do. Like what? Well, you know, knight stuff. Anything specific? A true knight can never know what their adventure will be. A true knight must discover the adventure as it happens to them. I read that on a menu in a restaurant once. It wasn't about knights, but I think it still works. Gerald, what exactly do you think knights do? Get into cool adventures? Is that correct? Am I close? Knights have duties to uphold. They take oaths. They report to someone. I see that package in the Pluffin's face. We're going to get it afterwards. Why are you doing any of this? I mean, do I need to have a reason? Can't a really cool dad just be a knight for no reason? Does it have to be to prove to his son he's the coolest dad on the planet? I never said... But now that you mention it, do you think maybe he would find it cool that I'm a knight? If I got in the most fantastic adventures out in these woods, if I was a real knight, then do you think he'd want to take more photos with me and show off these photos to his friends and call me something cool like Pops McGee? Is McGee really your last name? With all the knightly adventures I get into, there's no way I can be a total dorkbot, right? This is my destiny. This is my story. You are my density. It's time for me to go out there and be the best knight I can be. For knights are always saying, yar. Don't die, Gerald. All right, give me this package. Get over here. X to pick him up. Left stick. All right, I'll pet you. Just a little. Drop. Drop him. Pick up the package. Oh, looks like we have mail. I'm going to stow this one and answer the first one. Detective Greyline here. That package you mailed me just so happens to have been the crucial piece of evidence I needed to crack the Susie Winderkins case. How did this vital piece of evidence end up in your hands? I don't know, but I'm grateful you sent it. Now, little Miss Winderkins can thankfully go free and be fully cleared of all charges of mass aggravated livestock theft. Another victory for justice and a close call at that. Little Susie has requested I send you her favorite doll as thanks. Might not mean much to you, but this doll is special to her. She and I both appreciate your help more than words can say. Until next time. Alright, so let's go put this Raggedy Ann doll on a shelf. There we go. Alright, let's mail this other package. Down D-pad. It'll be in the miscellaneous pocket. Returned a lost parcel. Alright, where are we? Borrow's good. Oh yeah, Demon Hunter's back. So, I had a thought. Would you mind if we did another Vreetle Ceremony? Again? Well, I realized I did a poor job last time. I put you completely on the spot, and Demon Hunters are supposed to lead by example. We're supposed to guide and uplift. It was rude of me to expect you to open up first, and I'm sorry. So what if we did another ceremony, and this time I'd talk about myself instead? I'd feel a lot better if we could get a fresh start. Would that be okay with you? Fine. Great. Just like last time, I'll need another Vreetle Tea. But, do you happen to have any mint flavor you can add to it? I just really like mint. Some mint would probably help calm a bit of my public speaking nerves. Vreetle tea with mint. Okay. You got it. Now, I think that's Vreetle Tea, but I'm not sure, and I don't know the logistics of making tea and putting it on top, so we're just going to start from scratch. Okay, so under requests, Vreetle with a taste of mint. So we have the Vreetle, and Chip Chip has a palate cleansing fruit filled with mint. So we're going to do Vreetle plus Chip Chip. Now what do I have? I have a Chip Chip, but we have to go get Vreetle anyway, so we'll go back to the garden. Okay, this is Vreetle. And this one is the Chip Chip. Looks like we need to water it for some more fruit. Here we go. Grab a Chip Chip. Okay. And just because it's here. I have to get closer. Nothing. Okay. And then a tea ball. Alright, that's empty. Enough for one. Heat it up by spamming X. Okay, now the order doesn't matter, but we'll put T-ball, Vreetle, and Chip Chip. Kick it open. Grab a mug. Since she's the only one drinking it, we'll just empty it out. Oh, look at that. I almost barely had enough for a single mug. All right. Now, R2. Where is she? There she is. Thank you so much. There's that beautiful mint taste. Perfect. Just perfect. Okay, I'm ready for the ceremony. Where should the Vreetle ceremony for me take place? Let's do it over by the Pluffins. Great. I'll put my cup away and I'll meet you over there. Gimme. I'll be back, Gerald. All right, altar is all set up. Let's get started. Here upon this day, our community gathers to conduct a Vreetle ceremony. Congenial. Today's ceremony is in honor of our special guest, me. I'm the demon hunter who aids and assists in the needs of this community. Hold on, what's your actual name? Oh, well, we're not actually supposed to use our names when we're on quests. According to the Hunter's Manual, use of one's real name can be seen as a sign of egotism and self-absorption. It's better to be seen only as Demon Hunter in service of the community. No more, no less. So, yeah, sorry. That rule makes perfect logical sense. Good. These rules have been refined over thousands of years, so they've got to be correct. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah. I'm a member of the Order of Demon Hunters. Society more than 6,000 years old. Wow, so old. Hang on a second. When are you going to start killing demons? I want to watch a demon die. Oh, right. Well, about that. I mean, there aren't really, that many demons alive anymore. We kind of, killed almost all of them already. But isn't that a testament to the ruthless efficacy of the Order of Demon Hunters? Then why are you here? Well, since there are so few demons left to kill, demon hunters had to start finding other ways to help. Like helping out around the community, doing social work, that sort of thing. These days, civic unrest causes far more problems for people than demons do, statistically speaking. So, it's where we can make an impact, statistically. Or you could just stop calling yourselves demon hunters. What about the weapons on your belt? They look cool. You don't use them for killing? What? No, these are ceremonial. I'd never use them. Anyway, to get back on track, this is my first quest to a new community, so I'm here to assess the needs of the community and then provide whatever support I can. The community needs you to demonstrate cool demon hunter magic. Well, they never taught us much magic in school. Years ago, I knew how to make a smoke cloud. I could try that. That sounds great. All right, well, here goes. Is that it? It's super hard to do. I haven't made one of those in years. I guess I thought there'd be more smoke. Magic like this is just for fun. We don't actually use it for anything. Besides, my role here isn't to do magic. It's to provide direct help for people. I'm sworn to help this community, and I will stick to that commitment no matter what. Are there any questions at this point? No questions. Well, that's pretty much all I can think of as far as my story goes. And that's me. Since I can't think of anything else to say, I hereby conclude this Vreetle ceremony. Great. We're done? Yep. Ceremony's over. Cool. Bye. Wait, hold on a second. So, I don't suppose you feel like maybe saying anything more about you? Like, you don't have to, but would you maybe want to share anything? Just, if you want. No. Okay. Yeah, gotcha. Totally okay. Thanks for the tea. Nothing. Ah! Getting out of control. Just hold X down. Oh, we got a photo. And a seed. I can cut those. Never actually known what to do with those. Okay. Got a seed. And we got a photo. And unfortunately, at least for me, I can barely ever see it. It just shows up sort of on the bottom of the screen. I'll come back for you. Anytime you get a photo, you can put it in one of the frames. I have no idea what that is. Hang on, Gerald. Detective Greyline here. Got your second package, and lo and behold, it contained the exact evidence I needed in the case of Miss Oxford and the haunted clock that appeared in her window every evening. I'm sending you the clock in question. It's very likely not haunted. I'll be honest, this one was vexing me for years, and the fact that you solved it by just sending me the answer is quite troubling for a detective as accomplished and capable as I. In fact, it's the second time you solved a case for me in this fashion. When will it stop? When will I, Detective Greyline, solve another case purely of my own intellect? I didn't get to be a celebrity sleuth by being handed the answers. Mark my words, I will solve the next case before you're able to solve it for me. The race is on. Okay, so we just got a clock. I'm going to put it on a shelf. Out. All right, I believe Gerald was looking for us. There he is. Ahoy, bringer of tea. I have returned from my nightly adventures. Back so soon? Soon? What are you talking about? I haven't been here in days. No, you were just here a few minutes ago. Was I? No, I definitely remember setting up camp 3 times. In fact, take a look at this. It's the adventure I got into. Yeah? It's this. It's a stop sign. Yeah, a stop sign. This is exactly the sort of thing a real knight would find. I knew it! The minute I saw this stop sign, something about it called to me. I said to myself, now that is a stop sign with a mysterious and thrilling past. There's got to be an exciting story behind it, right? It's a stop sign. How could it not have an exciting story? I knew you'd agree with me. I've spent hours trying to find out what it was used for. What if an ancient civilization used it to stop, you know? In the name of love. Yeah, if you ever forget to do that, a sign is extremely helpful. Unearthing this mystery is really challenging me to be the best knight I can be. Could this real knight please have another cup of tea? I'm still thinking about the last one you gave me. Yeah, sure. What flavor do you want? For 3 days, I've been thinking about the tea you served me before. It was just so interesting. It was really something. How about if I just get another one of those? What kind of tea did I make you? I made him like Azzy tea, I think. I don't remember what you said it was. I just remember how neat it felt. Couldn't you just do whatever you did before? Well, I could try. And you know, let me give you this. It's Timothy's favorite jam. I take it everywhere with me. Can we add some of this into the mix as well? Sure. So whatever I made last time plus this jam. Heck yeah, I love it. While you're making that, I'll be investigating the origins of this stop sign. Gerald the Knight is on the case. Okay, so he gave us Timothy's jam. Now what he had last time was the Azzy Fruit Tea. Because he wanted the caffeine stuff. So let's see. Do I have an Azzy Fruit on me? I do not. Let's go. Okay, first off, we need another tea ball. And then Azzy Fruit is this one right here. Looks like we have one left. Azzy Fruit, jam, and tea. All right, let's empty out. Make sure this is emptied. Looks emptied. Okay. Enough for 2. Maybe I'll try this tea. I don't think I've tried the Azzy tea yet. Kick it over to the bridge. All right, tea bowl. Azzy Fruit. And then the jam is going to be in down D-pad in the miscellaneous pocket. Timothy's jam. And if you make this incorrectly, you do something wrong, he has more jams, so don't worry about it. Don't worry if you get it wrong. Like, I forgot the tea ball the first time, and I just put the Azzy and the jam in. And he was like, it's good, but it's not what I asked for. Alright, mug. I love the little fruits floating around. Alright, here he is. Here's tea you asked for. Great. You should take your mask off. You'll probably drink more of it. This is exactly what I had last time, and I can taste the jam. So cool. You made it exactly the way I asked. That's great. You're so cool. You're the coolest. I bet Timothy would think you're the coolest person alive. This dude does not need more caffeine. Timothy's clearly a good judge of what's cool and what isn't. Exactly. That's why I have to come out here and be a knight. Being cool doesn't matter until Timothy confirms it. Heck yeah. How's the stop sign investigation going? I'll be honest, it isn't going great. I was hoping to find some hints of alien civilization around here, but it's just like nature stuff. Plus, the smoke in my leg is getting thicker, and my head is starting to hurt pretty badly. It's becoming a lot, you know. Gerald, are you sure you're taking this seriously? It seems like your curse is getting worse. I'm taking it very seriously. Do you know how many sit-ups I've done? I've done sit-ups to the moon and back. I've done so many sit-ups it would make you dizzy just trying to count that high. I'm just saying sit-ups can't be the only thing you do to cure yourself. You could ask Boro if he knows how to cure a curse. True Knight doesn't even know how to spell the word cure. What if there's something I can do to help? Maybe there's a tea that heals curses. Let me stop you right there, kind tea patron. This is a mission for a real knight. I have to find the solution on my own. Timothy can't go thinking I cheated. There's no way Timothy cares if you cheated. Well, I happen to be an excellent judge of his innermost thoughts. Besides, this is a perfect adventure for Gerald the Knight, a demonstration of my strength. I will travel out to the forest and find a solution to this purple smoke and pounding headache. Somewhere out there is the... Did you hear that? That voice? What voice? It was a voice, as deep as the stars. It spoke to me just now. I'm sure of it. You really didn't hear it? I did not. Weird. Anyway, I really do need to be off on my adventure. Thank you for the tea. Before I go, let me leave you with this. I never found the origin of the stop sign, so maybe you can find it while I'm away. How would I know the stop sign's origin? You know, like if someone comes by and says, hey, that's my stop sign. Or if you just see a spot that feels like it's where a stop sign came from. That way you can continue my nightly quest. I graciously accept this most noble of undertakings. Indubitably, forsooth caprici. Alright, now I must be off. I bid you adieu, most conservable of tea stewards. Don't die, Gerald. Stash. Pick that up. Alright, now, let's figure out where to put this. See if we can put it here. Trick is getting it to face forward. It always wants to face, like, away. Let's try that. There we go. Top sign. Alright, what's next? R2. Looks like Boro needs us. Remember that knight who left the shop a little while ago? He came back. Already? How nice for him. The thing is, he claims he's been gone for days. How is that possible? Oh, yeah. Boro's noticed this phenomenon as well. Very strange, no? Seems the time is moving faster in the forest than it does in this clearing, which means you can run off into the forest and your tea will still be hot when you return. I prefer the mystery. Boro, too, is enjoying the mystery. Sometimes not knowing why is the more fun thing. But if I am one day discovering the reason why time works the way it does, I will be letting you know. I'm learning much about this place all the time, just like you. Here's one more thing to say. Wanderstopping? Wanderstop isn't a verb. Indeed, Boro was hoping you wouldn't notice, but alas, caught in the act again. Anyway, it's occurring to Boro that I never told you about our shop camera. I believe the camera was sitting on the table by the radio last I saw it. The camera is a most enjoyable little tool. Simply point it and click, and the photo will tumble out right before your eyes. If you are to be taking a photo of me, please do ensure you capture my best angles. Specifically, Boro's best angle is 45 degrees latitude, 117 longitude. You've surely seen the picture frames around the shop, yes? You are more than welcome to hang your photos there. Please be using your best artistic sensibility when placing photos, and I will trust fully in your sense of taste. It is true I've been burned in the past by trusting in others' artistic taste, but this time it will be different. Time to unleash my artistic taste upon this place. Excited and terrified. Alright, so we're going to go grab the camera, and we'll take a picture of Boro, and we'll put it back to whatever. Oh, wrong button. Alright, camera is over here. We'll grab these while we're here. Alright, the camera ends up in up D-pad with the tools. Now, one thing I have noticed is that when she takes a picture, it tends to fall on the ground a lot. So if you took a picture and you can't find it, look on the ground. Alright, X will bring the camera up, and actually, let's see if we can get him in the tea shop. X. See, it's on the ground. I don't know why. Every time she takes a picture, it just falls on the ground. So just go ahead and grab it off the ground. All right, and then this one, we're going to put this one front and center. So any other pictures you find from like weeding and sweeping the leaf piles and stuff, those can all go in these frames as well. All right, howdy book lovers. It is Edge of the Bullet. Edge of a Bullet, which follows the exploits of everyone's favorite tough as nails international super spy, Dirk Warhard. Okay, so I am not going to read the book out loud, but I will stay on each page for a count of about 5 seconds. And so you can pause and read and pause and read and pause and read. So it's only 10 pages long. So. Okay, let's go put it in the library. And I forgot to mention, but the gardening book is here. Make sure it's on, you can read it. And I'll go ahead and save it to 32 pages. You guys are just going to have to read this on your own. Because staying 5 seconds per page is going to take a long time. So, but this tells you a little more about the hybrids and how to plant them and the large hybrids and stuff like that. So it's a good book to read to sort of understand some of the more stuff. But so there's the gardening book. All right, so let's see. Looks like Gerald's back. Hey, Gerald, how's your curse doing? Okay. So whenever this happens, whenever your customers sort of stop talking... Oh, never mind. Hasn't gotten there yet. Never mind. Ignore me. Wandering endlessly, fog has wafted and waned. Oh, no, this is still right. Lifts, it descends, and always we move through it. Because he starts going a little wonky. Friend are walking. So not good. We are the becoming, we are the pain of becoming, we are forever. Do you remember me? Do you remember the shop? I remember life itself, splitting at the seams. I remember the fire. I remember being bathed in silk, tossed from the wolf's cradle. Do you remember Timothy? Timothy. Timothy. Aren't you proud? Are you proud of your dad? He loves you. He's proud of you. He'll be home soon. Timothy. Oh gosh. I don't really know what to do here. There's much to do. The undying call to purpose forever. Just hang in there, okay? Yeah, I'm sure you'll get better. Forever. Alright, let's go talk to Boro. Sorry. Gerald's curse seems to be getting a lot worse. Yeah, he's producing more thick purple smoke than is healthy for humans. Should we do something to help him? Well, to be honest, curses aren't quite Boro's specialty. From time to time, I've seen them around here, and they're always a mystery. It's quite sad when a person's passing through with an affliction I cannot be helping. But I'll keep an eye out, and I will let you know if I see any possible aid for our friend. Oh, there you are. Let me guess, you want to do another ceremony? Wait, let me see if I can't move the camera a little bit. There we go. Hello? This is the sign. These are the signs that it's end of the chapter. You okay? Is something wrong? I'll just check in on you later. Alright, let's go find Boro again. Oh, no. Are you feeling any better? Here, now he's not talking. Are you and Demon Hunter both not talking to me? What is going on? Okay. Try Demon Hunter one more time. Feeling any better? Still not talking. Is there some reason why nobody's talking anymore? Can you hear me? Do you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Alright, now we gotta talk to Boro. Boro, something strange happened. Nobody's talking to me. It's like everyone's gone mute. Indeed. Yeah, I've been trying to get their attention, but it does nothing. Very interesting. I believe this may be a signal. A signal of what? Here, come with me. I'll show you what I'm thinking. You have seen the shrine by now, yes? The shrine is a most important artifact. Surely it is, but not yet usable. Let us fix that. There we go. It is a sacred place. It is what we turn to when we are needing to see something new. What do you mean by something new? It's different for everybody. I cannot say what it'll be for you. All it will do is point you towards the next step, whatever that may be. When you're ready for that, please take a seat in front of it. In the meantime, you may also continue to tend to the shop if you wish. As long as you are a tea warrior, I'm confident Wanderstop is in good hands. Okay, so as soon as we interact with the shrine and agree to stare into it, we will be finishing the chapter. So if there's anything else you want to do, any more packages or any more weeding or any more planting or anything like that, you can go ahead and do that now. Else, we're going to go ahead and advance. Stairs of the mysterious shrine. Sit down in front of it and let your mind wander. If there's anything else you want to do, go ahead and do it. Else, we're going to say yes.
Your name is Alta, remember? You're a fighter, a warrior. See what I mean? You knew all along. It's okay. I've got you. All of this has a
For the next 10 years, until I've beaten every great living warrior. Let's just say 10 years.
No. You can do much better than 10 years. If you work hard enough, you could go the entire rest of your life without losing. Think about it. Undefeated for the rest of your life. It's not impossible. Not for you. None of them work as hard as you do. That's why it's possible. Of course, I would be honored. I just need you to push yourself a little bit harder, okay? I've got you, Alta. You're going to be okay. You're going to be